All right, y'all. Happy Rivian IPO day. Huge day for Rivian. Congrats. We'll talk about that at the very end of this episode, but first we talk about the upcoming EV tax credit changes, how that impacts Rivian and you. We also talk about the new Rivian online shop. We even talk about the shirt that we are trying to get licensed to sell from Rivian, but no luck yet. Maybe someday. And then please subscribe because tomorrow we'll release another video about delivery updates and timing. As we talk to many pre-order holders, we're kind of getting a story together and we'll kind of try and make sense of it for you, so that'll come tomorrow. So there's a lot of news happening. The news is picking up its pace, including IPO, a merch shop, a new website by Rivian, Rivian Stories Instagram growing by the hundreds every day with new orders being shown. So we're going to get to that later on in this show. But I'm going to start with a topic that we haven't covered much, but's been in the news the whole time we've known each other, which is the topic of EV tax credits. So the reason we haven't covered this a ton is because we've been like, dudes, this could change like 48 more times. Why waste too much of my limited brain power, because I don't have much, trying to discuss this when it could change 50 times? It looks like we're getting closer to this passing. It hasn't passed as a part of the infrastructure bill. It would have to be passed as the future spending bill, but we're just a couple weeks off from that, perhaps a month at the most if it does pass. And there have been some big changes within the past week, that really make a big difference for Rivian. I'll come out and say the big change is that cap for trucks and SUVs now, all in one lump category, the max MSRP is now $80,000. It used to be lower. I forget what it was, but I know that the R1S was not included in any kind of $7,500 tax rebate. I will link below to the bearded Tesla guy who has covered this in great detail for all of these 6 months and more. But now the $80,000 would include the R1T and the R1S. Will this be the base price, or will this include your final configuration?
So I'll start, and it is absolutely a huge win for Rivian to get that MSRP cap raised for SUVs, trucks, and vans, by the way, which could be interesting for Rivian's business moving forward. So that is absolutely huge. I think there will be mixed feelings about the income cap coming down, because at this stage in the game, there is an argument for we need to do everything that we can to encourage EV adoption. And maybe it's the people with more money that can help that happen at the beginning stages of the adoption curve that we're at. So but all else is positive. The other, I would say, controversial aspect of this is, without a doubt, the additional monies for union produced vehicles. And I think most of the viewing audience will probably be in favor of the US produced battery and vehicle incentives. But the union things definitely does look like some inside political baseball to me from the big three automakers and, potentially the unions themselves. And as Rivian customers, Rivian is not currently unionized, so those would not be addressable funds for any Rivian customers at the moment.
I struggle with this one. I'm not going to lie to you guys. And I've been pretty vocal in the forums in the past over it. How, I've wanted this truck since December 10th when I had it in my cart, but never pulled the trigger of 2018. And I know this is going to sound extremely stupid to some, but I'm not going to change my configuration in order to get a $7,500 tax credit. As crazy as that might sound, I want this truck. If I were getting the Ford Lightning, I would want that truck just optioned out the way that I want it. And I'm not going to take off certain things in order to get $7,500 taken off of my. I'm not even a tax person. I don't even know. I'm assuming that gets taken off of my adjusted gross income. I don't know.
It's going to come off your tax liability. One interesting thing here is that it is refundable. Like right now, currently, it's non-refundable, meaning if you don't have a tax obligation, you're not going to get the credit. The current language is that it's not a point of sale rebate, which was in there, by the way, at one point. But now it's this refundable tax credit. So as you file your taxes for that year in which you purchased the vehicle, you get the credit, even if you don't have a liability. Interesting there.
First and foremost, it isn't what you owe or what you don't owe at the end of the year. It has to do currently with how much tax you have paid in. So if that's automatically taken out of your check, if you didn't pay in $7,500 worth of taxes under the current plan, you wouldn't get a refund. The new one, it doesn't matter how much you pay in, you will get, $7,500 credit regardless of your tax liability.
Mm-hmm.
And I would say, Jimmy, I think you're probably in the minority as a vehicle enthusiast, and you're willing to pay for what you want to get. I really do feel like this $7,500 does factor in for a lot of people. 7,500 plus now, right? Yeah. But it really does factor in for a lot of people, and the people that I'm concerned with is the people that might opt for an equivalent or maybe even slightly less expensive internal combustion vehicle instead of going to an EV if the EV is more expensive without the credit. I mean, my goal, and I think the goal of legislation should be to encourage an increasing amount of EV adoption.
Yeah, it's just, looking at it on paper, it's just frustrating because I get rid of the tent, I get rid of the kitchen, I'm trying to think of what else I'd have to get rid of just to even get under 80.
So a couple of questions come immediately to mind for me there. Mm-hmm. And there is not clarity yet on what the MSRP cap definition is. Is it on the base vehicle price? Is it vehicle plus options? Is it vehicle plus options plus accessories? I mean, some of those things need to be hammered out, or at least kind of understood. There needs to be some sort of precedent. But my argument to you there, Jimmy, would be, hey, buy the vehicle and then add the stuff that you can add on later. Add that later.
Mm-hmm. So, Jimmy, you actually gave us a good segue. This isn't necessarily our next story that we had planned on, because we were going to go to other smart stuff like IPO, but you mentioned, let's segue into the shop right now. Let's head on over there to not only a new shop, but a new website that came out last night. We've got a new hero section in 4 parts here. You can do some little clickety-clack around here, but the biggest thing is coming down here to the gear shop. Brand new. What do you guys think about the shop? We've been waiting on this forever. So have you guys filled your Christmas stockings?
The only thing I spent on the website was time looking at stuff. I'd buy the mirror stuff. I would buy... I'd buy the mirror stuff. Unfortunately, I was really hoping for some more Rivian branded clothing.
T-shirts and sweatshirts.
As I said in the chat earlier today, I'm the oldest of 7 kids. I would love to be able to do some Christmas shopping for my brothers and sisters with some, true Rivian branded, like the the couple of the shirts that we all have. The gray one with the heather gray with the Rivian on the chest. Even the one that you have, Kyle, and the one that you have, Skylar, the yellow one, which I think is pretty similar to that Compass T that's on the left. I'll give them that one. But yeah, it's great that they finally have a gear store up. I just think they missed an opportunity for more free marketing from those of us who have been so desperately wanting Rivian gear to sport.
Yeah, and Jimmy, I'm right there with you, buddy. I mean, granted, I think the normal Illinois branded stuff is cool, especially for all the employees or people in and around Normal. But I want more stuff that says Rivian on it in big letters, and I mean, maybe a giant compass, not like a little small hidden one, like those sweatshirts right there, Kyle. That you were right there.
The mustard stain, right here.
Well, and even the non-hoodie ones. I mean, give me something that I can show off that says Rivian, that people will see, people might ask about. Yeah, I want to rep the brand, and the gear shop currently doesn't really give us the ability to do that. Yeah. So I haven't bought anything either.
Yeah, I actually missed this one with the actual compass on the chest here on the left one, because otherwise the only compass kind of stuff is actually on these, which is just I think like near the sleeve, if I remember seeing it. Yeah, kind of down here by the sleeve. Come on, man. We want to show the logo. We want to show the compass with the Compass crew neck sweatshirt.
That's right.
Let's go.
Hey, here's my Where's Waldo Rivian sweatshirt. Can you find the hidden branding?
The only shirt that I've asked for the past 8 episodes and forevermore online is in the kid size only. This is the best shirt I've ever seen, front and back, in my entire life. My favorite shirt ever. And I have to try and squeeze into a 4T in order to make it work. And I'm not afraid to. I mean, this is what I asked for, So, man, what a bummer there. Now, I will say, like, this little tag down here, like, obviously it looks like everything's awesome quality, just super duper high quality, especially this one here. We did kind of give Rivian a rough time, us 3 together today, because none of us have paid $100 for a hoodie before. But I mean, it is like a throwback thing here, and the color scheme is legit, like cool. By the way, though, like, where are these other colors for the hoodie? I missed that. But we know people have been working on this project, and great job for getting it all up here, and it looks great, and there's some really nice stuff. But I mean, coming back to us, our point here is that if they had this on there, because y'all watching this, I mean, this is the shirt you want, right? And then we have the R1T backstroke, which is probably my favorite design. And I think we had that up all for, 14 hours. And then we got a call from Rivian, and I scrambled and canceled my plans for the afternoon to get it down real quick, which, it didn't take that long to get it down. But obviously, we got it down. And you know what? Go ahead and send Rivian a little bit of a lovely letter of encouragement and say that you want Rivian Stories to be able to sell this, or Rivian can actually just take this and sell it to us on here on their site. And by the way, we have asked permission, and we've had a conversation about it, but no permission yet.
But you know what, Kyle? There are still some pretty good T-shirts and non $100 sweatshirts that are apparently at least not banned or not. Yeah, we haven't been told to cease and desist.
Let me go over to the shop. We are able to put on our little Rivian Stories logo here. So none of those have been banned. Soon hasn't been banned. So yeah, we do have some good stuff. Thanks for plugging that, Skylar. You all go on over there and get you a shirt or a sweatshirt.
And Kyle, how much is the sweatshirt?
$39.50.
See,
that's more like it.
Ooh, dang! I didn't know that there was maroon. I've got to get one now. I'm getting one.
Gotta get a maroon now for sure. Yeah.
Yep. Done deal.
Jimmy, you have one of these sweatshirts, right?
I do, and it's extremely comfortable. Yes.
Yeah.
I like it.
Yeah. These actually do have good reviews as far as the quality and softness and coziness of the hoodie. We would love to bring in some ideas and designs that we have had, because let me tell you, we have many, but we're staying in the lines of our little
trying to stay in the lane.
Trying to stay in the lane. Yeah, but going back to the website here, if I just go back, I will say to go ahead and check out the rest of the website, because there are a lot more pictures. There's a few animations. There's a lot of new stuff to see. Some of the normal people probably won't realize it, but people like Jimmy, who checks the website 40 times a day, will. Ignore this. So even if you go into the configurator for like the R1S, or no, just to learn more, you got new R1S pics, new video loops that are gorgeous. And by the way, we're going to come back to this Rivian Stories. Jimmy and Nikki have just done a phenomenal job keeping us up to date over on the Rivian Stories Instagram. If you're wanting to see all the latest and greatest Rivian R1S pictures, gotta head over there. You have to subscribe. This is my current desktop picture right now. I have no idea. The blue, I'm now a huge Rivian blue fan. I don't understand how they do it. I think I'm sticking with El Cap, but we'll come back to this because there's some news on just deliveries. But make sure and check out the website. You guys want to mention anything else about the website? I mean, look at that.
It looks really good. I mean, there isn't a huge style change over how it's laid out.
Mm-hmm.
I think just getting a lot of that new media, and you're not kidding, Kyle. Those pictures of that Rivian Blue R1S looks so good.
Dude, seeing the 20s on it, wow. I mean, folks, if you had doubts before, you don't have them now if you go on there. Yeah, and this little animation is awesome with the storage here. We'll let this one play through. Jimmy posted this today on the Rivian Stories Instagram, or Nikki. I don't know. I'll give you both credit. But super cool there. Anything else we need to say about the website?
There's one thing that we might jump into, Kyle, if you were interested.
Yeah.
And it's talking about the fleet page and what that might mean to Rivian from a business perspective.
Mm-hmm.
Well, Kyle, I can jump in and just provide a bit of a high-level overview, but without a doubt, you can tell that a lot of very intentional thought and a lot of effort has gone on behind this Rivian fleet program, including the Fleet OS software for kind of apparently end-to-end fleet management and charging management. We know that they've spent a ton of development time with Amazon on the vans themselves, but it really looks like they've done a lot surrounding the vans and potentially other future commercial vehicles. One of the things that jumped out to me, since you've got it up on the screen there, that overhead charger looks super awesome to me. And I don't know if other fleet EV type chargers like that exist, or even if that is a Rivian specific thing, but that looks super cool to me.
Mm-hmm. It really does.
And somewhere on the website, you can actually, I don't know if necessarily request more information, but you can put in your fleet details. How many vehicles you, how many vehicles you are interested in purchasing if the opportunity were to present itself for your fleet.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, they're definitely thinking way beyond Amazon at this point.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that it could be an underrated part of Rivian's business. I mean, if they do this very, very well, number one, if they have an incredible commercial fleet type vehicle option or options, that's kind of first and foremost, but especially all of the things to go along with that. And I do remember reading or hearing somewhere that their fleet software will be able to serve, and you'll be able to integrate even non-Rivian fleet vehicles into that as well. So sounds really cool, and I think that it could be a very valuable part of Rivian as a company moving forward.
Skylar, you mentioned then, as far as another line of revenue, another way to diversify, that brings us then into the IPO news. This is coming down like right now, right? I mean, this is all set to hit the street tonight and tomorrow.
Yeah. So for the pre-order holders that registered for the directed shares program as part of Rivian's IPO, we are supposed to be getting a lock-in on that IPO price tonight. And at first it was an initial share price range from $57 to $62. And then earlier this week, or within the last week, that was raised to $72 to $74 per share. And then, we saw this Bloomberg article from literally mid-afternoon that says that the initial IPO per share price might even go above that latest $72 to $74 price range. So I know that there are a lot of Rivian pre-order holders out there that are eagerly awaiting that email from Morgan Stanley. And yeah, we should know tonight what that price is going to be. And actually, there is a deadline for requesting your allocation of shares by midnight tonight.
Midnight, right.
To lock in the number of shares you want.
Yeah.
All right, folks, thanks so much for watching. Please do subscribe. We obviously have a ton more coming. And then in the meantime, please join us over at rivianstories.com. We have a lot of great conversation happening over here, and we also have some t-shirts. We'll ship them straight from us to you very soon. Thanks.